And Patty Vandenhavel, she is a chair of the Western Suburbs of the Lupus Walk.
Yes.
Okay, so there's a reason why she's on this chair. Patty was diagnosed with lupus in 1997 and have been hospitalized through the years. It looks like the last time maybe in January of 2002 is what my notes say.
No, most recently in the fall of 2005.
Okay, well, I don't know much about lupus. I know that it attacks the organs, and that's about all I know. And this is the weirdest thing, but Vicky's daughter on One Life to Live had it. And that's that's where I got some of my education from it when I was in college. But it is kind of a scary disease to get diagnosed with.
Yes, it is.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about that, Patty?
I was diagnosed because I noticed that my ankles were swollen. And that was the only indication I had at that point. I noticed before that I had some symptoms and had read a magazine article and thought, ooh, maybe I have lupus, and kind of tossed it aside and thought, hypochondriac.
Like we all do, yeah.
Right. And went in and had a doctor that was determined to find out what was wrong with me and said, it could be lupus, probably not.
Is it that rare that they would say probably not?
No, but he was just, I think, trying to keep me hopeful and calm.
Right, sure. Not to worry, we'll look into things.
Right. And at that point I was diagnosed with the last treatable stage of kidney disease.
So is that the same as lupus, kidney disease, or it's the cause? Lupus caused you to have kind of kidney failure, sort of?
Lupus nephritis, which is where the lupus actually attacks the kidneys.
Okay. And it attaches all organs, right? Not
Yes.
So
it can.
How do you keep it in control? I mean, because obviously you have.
I have, there are medications that I take, most of them are off-label because there are no new drugs since the Eisenhower administration.
Oh my gosh.
Specifically dedicated to lupus.
Okay. Which thus the foundation trying to raise research and all of that.
Correct.
And how scary is that for you to be involved, have a disease that the research isn't there yet for you, and you're trying to get out there saying, I need this research for me too.
It's very scary. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, it must give you that purpose to keep, helping others while you are helping yourself too. Is it that cutting edge where they are getting research and bringing it right to you and saying this is another drug that might help, or obviously no drugs if there's nothing new since Eisenhower? I mean, is there something
I would say no, that we're not at that point yet. And as Patty alluded to, it's been over 40 years since a drug has been approved by the FDA for use in lupus, but there's not one single lupus drug. There's not one drug that is
a miracle
was
drug
solely created for use in lupus patients. It's always, that was a malaria drug that was found to improve, symptoms. Patty is probably on, and most lupus patients are on steroids. So they're drugs that have been created for other illnesses.
Right.
And doctors are just trying different things.
Right.
Try this.
Yeah.
And
the
if you have
steroids
swollen
for
ankles,
inflammation,
maybe that would bring that down.
Very often it's like a cytotoxic drug, a cancer drug,
Okay.
that they have found will tame the cells down and thus use it for the lupus.
And are you tired? Is that part of the symptoms too?
Yes.
And it said something about you had to relearn to walk.
I had a flare that affected my central nervous system.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, and I spent probably 6 or 7 weeks in intensive care and left me 100% atrophied.
Oh my gosh.